Everybody, good afternoon, good night, good whatever we are. I can't lose track of time. Facebook Live, guys, we are about to interview one of the top Remax agents, former Remax agents in the world, Diamond Award winner Tim Hollinden out of Louisville, Kentucky. Guys, this guy is so dynamic. When you hear his story, obviously he is literally one of the top Remax agents in the world, over $1 million in commissions, 3 out of the last 5 years. So him and his team up in Louisville, Kentucky, they're just, first of all, they're awesome people. They care about other agents. One of the things I think you're going to see when I bring Tim on the Facebook Live here is how passionate he is about helping and paying it forward, to be able to give all of his team members the opportunity to build the brokerage side. Because, I mean, literally, it's pretty crazy because he was a Remax owner also. And he kind of thought, we've talked before, and one of the things he always thought about when he was an owner, he could never go to the agents and say, hey, do you want to own some of this Remax? And so, obviously he was still at Remax when he saw EXP, kind of like I was. And then this whole thing has just kind of come in just crazy. And so I'm so excited about doing an interview with him. But like I said, before I put him on, 3 out of the last 5 years at Remax in Kentucky. There's TJ, his son. What's up, brother? So we're gonna get your dad on here and really find out what his vision is. But 3 out of the last 5 years, over $1 million in commissions personally. So this guy's a stone cold beast. You're gonna want to check it out. So let me try to add the man, the myth, and the legend. Let's see if we can get him on here. We'll see where he's at. Beth is saying, hey, love that team. Hang on, guys. Let's see here. Okay. Where are you, Tim? Okay, let me go back here. All righty, I'm going to find him. Here we go. I'm about to invite him in. So I have invited the man. Hey, there's Tara. They love the team. You guys all have the same last name. Y'all got to love the team, right? So we've invited Tim in here, and Tim's out of Louisville, Kentucky. And like I said, I hope he's not having technical difficulties. But this is live, so you never know. You never know what you're going to get. It's funny because I was in here doing one live one time with Rob Flick, who's, built, 25% of Keller Williams Company. And I couldn't get him to figure out how to get on the Facebook. So I'm yelling at my wife, babe, like, kind of like Will Ferrell when he was like, Mom, where's the meatloaf? So some people were saying that. So it's, we're keeping it real. So let's see where Tim is. Tim, where are you, bud? If I can't get Tim on here, I might have to pull TJ in to fill in for your dad. I don't see where he's at. So would somebody maybe reach out to him and tell him that maybe figure out why he's not able to get on there? So let me see here. Okay, here we go. It says I've sent him the invite. So Tim, if you're watching, let me just say this. You have to actually, at the bottom of the page, there's a little green button that says add to the live feed. So, all right, Tara is texting him. Rob Reese, what's up? Rob Campbell, RC, baby. Let's see who all's on here. We got a lot of people. Beth, Chris Myers, oh man, I got Sean Richardson in Ohio, killing it. Just absolutely killing it. Sky Packet, one of the top Remax agents in Virginia. Okay, here comes Tim. We're about to get the man, the myth, and the legend. Here we go. Go. Come on. There he is. What's up, dude?
Hey, Jay. Sorry about that. I just now got your invite. I was watching it, so I don't know what was going on.
Man, man, you're looking all suave in the library, man. I like that.
Oh,
you know?
thank you. Trying to be
your
like
butler,
you.
Is your butler coming in a minute to kind of
bring me a beverage?
Well, dude, man, great to have you on the live. And,
yeah, thanks.
You know, I'll tell TJ and your daughter, they need to be sharing this like crazy to everybody on Facebook, everybody out there. Let's get the word out that you guys are rocking with EXP. So, you know what? Really, Tim, I will tell you this. This is what's interesting. I don't know if I've ever told you this story, but when Elizabeth and Lonnie had brought me up to talk to everybody at that first meeting, and then all of a sudden they bring you up. I tell the story all the time. I'm like, all of a sudden I'm standing up there in jeans and Vans, and this guy walks up to the front of the room, and it was like Superman coming out of the back of the room.
Surely you're not talking about me.
Because, I mean, I'm talking about you. Because here's the deal. It's not every time that you find, you know, someone that has the real estate career that you have. Like I've told everybody prior to I've already kind of told a little bit about, but to be a diamond at Remax, you have to earn over $1 million in commissions in a year. I've never done that. So that's pretty unbelievable. And for you to leave Remax, kind of like I did, to come to EXP, obviously I think, you know, when a person of your stature does that, it really tells me a lot, because you have to kind of really want to give it back to the team a little bit to be able to make a move like this. A very unselfish leader, really wanting all your agents to be able to own a piece of the brokerage. So a couple things why don't you tell everybody kind of how you got involved in real estate and give a little background on you, and then we'll kind of lead into some other questions.
Okay. How far back you want me to go?
Go back, man. How long have you been in the business?
I've been in the business since 2002.
Okay.
I started my real estate career. First of all, I always had a passion for it. My dad was an architect, and my mom was a bean counter. I've always been around construction sites and building plans and all that. So I've really had a passion for it. My wife will tell you, the day we got married, I said, one day when I grow up, I'm going to be a realtor. And that was 1983. So that dates me quite a bit. But I started at an ERA franchise here in Louisville, worked for a phenomenal broker, Don Keppel, God rest his soul. Just a great guy, showed me the way and how to be a good broker. And I was with him for about 8 years. Went to a Remax franchise after that for a year, and then decided I wanted my own franchise. So I bought a franchise, named it Remax Champions. That was 2011. And then sitting in church one Sunday morning, we heard a sermon series called Simplify. And my wife and I thought about it and prayed about it and said, you know, we got a great business. It was making money. But we just decided to simplify and sell the franchise to another franchisee in the area. And we did that. And they kept me on as the principal broker for 3 years. That ended mid-February. And about 2 months prior to that, mid-December, I was reintroduced to the EXP model. In fact, EXP recruited me to be the Kentucky broker some years ago. I don't even remember when. It's been a long time. And
yeah,
I wish I'd have done it, honestly, because I think the stock was 13 cents a share then. And I think now it's $12 or $13 a share. So, you know, just a little bit of growth there. But anyway, long story short, I left Remax and not planning to look back. I mean, we are having the time of our life. My team loves it. And, you know, when you do $1 million in business a year and commissions, you know, the team deserves a credit for that, not just me. I mean, I've got 6 people surrounding me that are just the best agents that I've ever worked with. And, you know, we're growing like gangbusters, do $30 to $40 million a year in sales, like clockwork.
Man, that's just awesome. And you know, obviously we probably bought our brokerages from the same people, because the Kentucky, Tennessee region sells all the franchises off, and I was a partner with Rob Campbell on Remax Elite in Nolensville, so I kind of understand a little bit about that. So you're at Remax and you're an owner. This is what I want to dig into with you. I think it's very cool that you and your wife said, hey, we got to simplify. So I know that there's a lot of agents like us, because I think we both had that same aspiration. we want to own a brokerage, okay? We can either open up, you know, your brokerage personally or go into a franchise model. Same with me. And we both opted to go with Remax. And Remax is a great company. You know, I was a waiter in a restaurant when I came to Remax. But I think as an agent, we don't understand what we're taking on being with a company like that. And you saying you wanted to simplify, like, what was it that caused you to think this is too complicated? We need to simplify and sell the brokerage, the franchise.
You know, that's a great question. And I really, the light bulb didn't really even go off until the other day on how EXP actually plays into this. But at the time, you know, I had some pretty major surgery a year prior. Said, you know what, life is short. You know, I don't need to be an owner anymore. I'm very happy coaching and counseling and mentoring my agents and working with the Hollinden team members. And it was just eliminating one source of stress is really all it was. So, and then I look back on it 3 years later and say, you know what, EXP really is the model that had I, you know, relearned about it, if you will, 3 years ago, I probably would have jumped 3 years ago, because it truly is the model that allows a broker to simplify. I mean, they can pay one cap and not have any overhead whatsoever, unless they choose to have some. So, you know, that's, it really, and like I say, that light bulb didn't go off until just a day or two ago when I realized how much EXP meant to me 3 years ago and didn't even realize it.
Yeah, and you know, we talk about, like, that's crazy that when you saw EXP, the stock was 13, 15, 20 cents a share. Now it's $12 to 13. It's gone up and down. It moves around like any other stock. But
sure,
you know, I almost believe that we're kind of coming into this at the right time, though, Tim, because I don't really think, you know, EXP was where they are. Like a lot of people that have seen it in the past, it's a different, you know, I look at it like, you know, I don't think a lot of people know this. Uber was only created in 2011, okay? Yeah. And people are like, what? Only in 2011? And I think the speed of the internet, I think the best parallel for what we're doing is Uber, and various reasons. The Yellow Cab company is a franchise, and everybody had their little franchise, right? And then all of a sudden, the franchise owner turns around, and there's all these regular old people driving their cars and picking people up, right?
Yeah. Owning
their little cab business. And for that to explode, that's kind of like EXP now. We have over it's 80 to 100 agents per day that are flocking to EXP from every brokerage, whether it be boutique, whether it be franchises. I'd like you to talk about the speed of the internet, what you're seeing with EXP as far as, like, in Louisville, it's just going. So just talk a little bit about the speed of EXP right now.
Oh gosh, that's hard to talk about. It's, you know, I can say it's re-energized me, because, you know, I'm 54 years old. I've been trying to slow down a little bit, and I found EXP. I said, you know what, I'm not slowing down. You know, I'm going to go full steam ahead. The speed of the internet, I mean, just from a technological standpoint, when you can put 400 people or more in a auditorium in a virtual training class, and have a live training, that's probably one of the most beneficial things. Not to mention just fully integrated technology with SkySlope and all the tools that go along with it. I mean, it's unthinkable what we could accomplish in a short period of time. And it's staggering, like you say, 80 to 100 people a day are joining the company.
Crazy. It's crazy. And some of the speed counts as far as how much faster we're growing than every other company that we've talked about is there's no comparison as far as the growth level to where we're now, you know, growing, you know, doubling every 4 months, you know, or doubling every 6 months in size. So let's talk about you. You know, you're at Remax, you're an owner, but now you're at EXP. You don't have the stress of having all that ownership, but you're still able to have agents and pass it to your agents, because I believe you got 6 to 8 agents on your team, and you've given them the opportunity to have their own brokerage ownership. Talk about paying it forward to your agents and them having the same deal that you have as far as being able to build the brokerage side.
Gosh, there's a lot there too. First of all, there's zero overhead unless you choose to have it. And that's something, I mean, I can remember telling a prior Remax broker that I used to work for years ago that, you know, if we really want to hit it big in real estate, we need to create a virtual real estate company. And he tended to agree with me, but, you know, nothing ever came of it. And we went our separate ways ultimately. But the team I talked about, you know, yeah, we earned the Diamond Award, but I like that every single agent in the exact same plan. You don't have to worry about who's making more than whom and all that. And Elizabeth Monarch said it best a week ago. I want to change lives. I mean, I've got a lot of agents on my team that have made six figures over the years, and I want everybody to be able to do that if they want to. Not everybody wants to, I realize that, but I'm sorry?
I said, are you hearing a little bit of lag in the delay? Is your internet or is it my internet?
I don't know. I noticed your screen freezing periodically.
Okay. You know what? Sometimes see, you told me already you don't have kids. We got kids all over the Wi-Fi, so it's probably my Wi-Fi.
Well, then it's clearly on your end.
Hang on 1 second. Hey, Ashley. I'm back. The same, yeah, it's lagging a little bit on my end, so I apologize. But yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I mean, it's just exciting what's going on, man. It's just in Kentucky, Elizabeth. Tell them a little bit about Elizabeth, and you had enrolled Elizabeth into EXP, and maybe a little bit about her because she's like a mega agent with Keller. Why did she want to be a part of this with you?
She sees the opportunity like I do. I mean, we're all about, you know, making reasonable money, and there's a great split plan. And I think the biggest thing is for her standpoint, you know, coming from the Keller background, you know, she's used to sharing profits, and it's nice to share profits if there's profits to share. And the beauty about our model is the revenue sharing program. I mean, I'm proud that our ownership is paying it forward and allowing us to grow with the company and pay us for the people that we help bring in and grow with them. And that's, I can tell you, being in all the training sessions I've been in and going into EXP World and asking questions, everybody has been more helpful than in any other company I've ever experienced. And I think that's because we're all stockholders, and I don't have to win today, but if I win tomorrow and somebody else wins the next day, you know, we're all winning together. And I'd do anything in the world for anybody in the company. And I feel the same for me. You know, together, everyone accomplishes more, you know, the true acronym for team. I think that's what it's about. And I think, you know, we're poised to take over the market. And I mean, clearly we pulled over $120 million of markets just in the last 45 days. And you ain't seen nothing yet.
It's incredible. And then your good friend Rick Roby and Sam Roby, had you been at Remax with those guys? Is that kind of how you guys had a little background there when they decided to come to EXP?
We've known each other, but we were at different franchises, so we didn't work together in the same office or anything, but we certainly, you know, knew of each other. They were big producers, we're big producers. So I mean, that's the beauty of the network. You know, we've created 6 or 8 people that are just really reaching out and trying to grow this market. And Louisville's primed for growth. I mean, the 87 agents I think EXP has in this market right now is nothing to what it can be and what I think it will be.
Are you guys coming to Vegas? Are you guys coming to Vegas for the stockholders meeting first week of April?
Absolutely. Yes.
You are? Okay, great. Yeah, it's lagging a little bit, Tim. I don't know if it is on and I don't know if anybody can comment. Some people are saying it's working fine, but it's probably my internet. So where do you see agents, like you said, do you feel you were part of the Remax system? I was part of the Remax system. I'm seeing kind of, I want to keep piggybacking on what you said about training agents. What I love about the internet is we're training agents as we're speaking. We're using the internet as a tool to be able to reach out and touch people. And kind of like when me and Ashley did the icon and there were 300 agents in there, you know, some people say, well, you got to be at a brick and mortar to get trained. You got to have, you know, all this overheaded, you know, because that's what a brick and mortar is. The reason we can pay our agents more revenue share is because our expenses are lower. You know, it's just very common. But let's talk about training in the cloud and how you see that different than what you even had at the Remax you owned. Let's talk about the Remax you owned and how you trained agents and how you feel the difference would be here in the cloud.
Okay. Well, you know, the training we did was primarily classroom based. So if it wasn't convenient or if you couldn't be there at a specific time, you missed out. And I personally can't stand online classes. And I'm talking about taking a pre-programmed, you know, read and take a quiz, read, take a quiz, read, take a test at the end after all the quizzes. I can't stand that. It just bores me to tears. I like the classroom environment more than anything because there's interaction, not with just myself and the instructor, but you hear all the questions and answers from all the other students. And that's where the real learning happens, because that's real world questions coming from agents to the instructor that may or may not be part of the real world. Now, everybody I've seen teach in the EXP world certainly has been part of the real world, and that's what I like about the Icon program. But that's what I find most beneficial is learning from people currently in 48 states instead of just people in my market that, quite frankly, they don't want to share their experiences because I'm their competition.
I think that's a great point. I mean, it is. Yeah, it absolutely does. I mean, you're learning from the best of the best all over. And, you know, it was great because when we were in the Icon training, and you will obviously be in there really soon, training other agents all over the nation. I loved it how it was literally a Q&A. So we were sitting there answering the questions as they put them up on the screen. So it's not like we were just talking for an hour. We were Q&Aing with all of these realtors. And it was just, it was freaking unbelievable, man. It was crazy.
Oh, it's so cool. So cool.
So where do you think EXP is going from here? I mean, we're kind of the new kid on the block. You know, I had somebody say, I think it was Elizabeth Monarch somebody said, why are you going to the shiny new penny? And she goes, oh, no, it's not a penny. What is your thoughts on the future of what EXP is doing and where we're going?
I missed part of that. What's my thought on the huge what?
Are you getting a little lag on me too, as far as the timing?
Yes. Yeah, people were commenting that it's okay, but
it's kind of cutting in and out.
I missed part of your question. What is my thinking on
the future and the vision of what EXP is going to do globally?
Oh, I think it's phenomenal. There's no doubt. I know we're looking at other countries already. We're already in 2 different places in Canada. I think we're unstoppable on what we can do. I think we've just got to keep getting the message out like we're doing and keep showing the boutique brokers and the small brokerages and the brokers of other brands that are spending $40,000 a month on salaries and office space and, you know, refreshments in their reception areas and training classes. I mean, you know, they can throw all that out the window and pay 1 fee to EXP per year and make a really, really nice living. And if they choose to get involved in the revenue share, then it can be exponentially greater than that. I mean, I'm like I said, I haven't been this excited in years about what I'm doing, and I just can't wait. I can't drink out of the fire hose fast enough about everything that EXP is offering.
Well, Tim, I mean, I will tell you this. It's an honor to have you a part of EXP. And just the class that you bring to the table and the quality of of being able to just to know that you're a part of this with us. And we are all about helping everybody in EXP. And I think that's what's also really different. It's like, even though some people, we might not be compensated directly for that person, we all still own the same company here at the end of the day. And so I believe EXP is the most unselfish, it's transparent. There's no, our financials it's publicly held. They're not going to hide anything from us. If we want to know how much revenue was generated coming through the brokerage before they pass it out in rev share, it's public knowledge. And so, do you have any thoughts on the publicness of what we have for EXP?
Just that I think it's a phenomenal vehicle for agent ownership to be able to participate. I bought stock before I even joined. I believed in the company that much. And by the way, I don't make decisions lightly. All the viewers out there, those that know me will know that I'm as anal retentive as they come, very detail oriented, and I'll study everything, from 8 directions like a stop sign before making a decision. And this was not an easy decision, nor did I take it lightly. It was well thought out, and I couldn't be happier. My team couldn't be happier. Everybody's so excited about our future. And that's very refreshing, because it's not a boring local real estate office anymore. You're part of a huge company. And if I help somebody else and they make money, the company makes money, we all win.
That's right. That's right, man. Well, Tim, I really do appreciate you taking the late night out. I hope some of your
past my bedtime
peers up there in Louisville and all over the country we'll give you a buzz and say, hey, man, break this thing down for us. Why is everybody jumping ship and going to EXP? But it's a blessing to have you and your kids and your team and everybody in your experience level here. And we're just blessed to have you, man. I really appreciate you jumping on here.
You froze.
I know. All right, Tim, thank you, brother. And you know what? Everybody share this around on your Facebook. Get the word out for Tim and everybody in Louisville and all around the country and soon to be all over the world. Hey, we'll see you in Vegas, brother. It's going to be fun. The stockholders.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate the opportunity. And thank you on a personal note. You and I just met about 3 weeks ago, and we've talked more in 3 weeks than I don't know what. But so thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Nashville on Wednesday. And
that's right.
Shareholder meeting.
Yeah, that's right. Wednesday in Nashville, and then we'll have a good time in Vegas. So
yes, sir.
All right, brother. Hey, have a great night, man.
You too. Thanks for the opportunity.
See you, man.
Bye-bye.
See you later.